Hey, what's going on, BVC fans? As always, I'm Bobby the Bot.
And I'm James the Con.
And we're back with another review from the Colorverse. And today we're going to talk about Gangreen. And this is MTRC-03, actually, is the official name, Gangreen. So we reviewed Sky Guy, and let's see what happens with Gangreen. Hopefully he's better. What do you think, James?
Do you want my honest opinion?
Of course.
I think this one's going to be worse because of the color scheme. It's even less stuff breaking it up.
Okay, fair enough. But another one I have not opened yet. So let's first start off with the packaging. And on this one, I got 95 out of 300. So as James mentioned, you can see that there's that red and white stripe on the wings. And pretty much that is the breakup besides the chest. And again, you can see number 95 out of 300.
And it's not even the chest, it's the cockpit, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. It's a big difference.
Now, if you saw the video that we did on Sky Guy, there was loose parts at the bottom. Everything is secure on this one. His feet are just about in place. You know, you can see this one's off a little bit, but much better on the packaging here. So, first thoughts after seeing him, James?
It's fine. Sorry, I don't. It's such an unremarkable figure that I don't have much to say.
All right, well, there we have it. So let's go ahead and get this guy out of the package then. Again, go ahead and
I mean, it's not bad and it's not good. While you open this up, I'll explain my reasoning. It's not, for me, I want something that wows me, and it's the same thing when Hasbro produced their Tetrajet in the same colors. I didn't pick that up because I'm like, I hate the one color. I hate the monochrome. So,
well, that does seem to be something you talk about a lot. You do like your crazy repaints, and you like your crazy colors.
And I like some color breakup. And this one actually does have it. I see it's around the waist. It has the two gray parts. I don't know what on the flanks.
Oh, here?
Yeah. So that's helpful. If they just put some more of that gray elsewhere, I think it would have looked better. But again, I understand this is well, I don't know about that gray, but this is more or less accurate to the animation. So I understand why they made this figure. It's just not for me.
You know, this I can't get over. I gotta mention, I just hate this head. It's just such a bad head.
And we'll talk about the heads in a little bit.
Yeah.
But when you bring out Acid Swarm, but
yeah.
Free him, take off his belt, and let's look at him in person.
So here we go with the trusty blade.
You have to watch out. Bobby's got a razor blade. He's going to cut off your belt.
Hey, you know, I'm a trained professional. Maybe. There we go.
I was going to be like, where'd you get that training?
All right. So he is...
Extend the legs.
Oh, yeah. I always forget about that.
Mm-hmm.
And snapping them in. I always hate that part about these guys.
Okay, pause really quick.
Oh, yeah, let me extend the legs. All right. So here he is out the box. And legs extended. Feet out as well. And a little butt flap.
That looks crazy from the back.
It's a lot of green. It is very green. This is definitely gangrene. Um, what are your thoughts now seeing it out the box? And
It's the same. I wish they chose a different color than red for the wings. I'm sure that's probably screen accurate. But I think the red makes it look a little bit like Christmas. Red, white, and green. I wish it was black instead of red. I think that would have looked a lot better. I mean, and I could keep going on with I would change this, I would change that, I would do that, whatever. I'm not going to do that. But the figure as it stands is very boring to me, personally.
okay, well, for comparison, let's bring in Acid Swarm. I do have him on the stand, and these two greens look identical.
The Acid Swarms look a little bit more muted. Slightly more muted.
So when we did the Sky Guy next to the Thundercracker, I mentioned that it looked different in person. These look the same.
Yeah.
Yeah. It looks it's pretty much
Very
the
similar.
same.
Yeah.
So,
No, I think between these two, personally, I like the Acid Swarm better. But we still don't have a perfect Acid Storm because I think the white needs to be black on him.
well, so something else that's different is the head. This came with the smaller Seeker head, the dome part where you flop the faces, whereas this one had the huge forehead, Mr. Forehead guy.
It is bad.
Never want to get into a headbutting contest with this guy.
You probably wouldn't need to with.
And I'm talking about the figure, the toy.
Yeah, no, I don't know what happened with these heads, but something went wrong.
Yeah, so, and we can see. I'll show the back, even though I have. You can see the nose cone is also different on Acid Swarm, and from the back it does. Yeah, they're pretty much the same. It's crazy. So
from my point of view, Acid Swarms looks a little less neon, but again, that could be the camera picking it up.
Yeah, because I mean, and I'm trying to let's see. I get slightly.
It's barely a little more muted.
Yeah. I'm looking at different parts of it, so it could be the light, but it's very, very close, very, very, very close. And I'm going to actually try this. So I'm taking off one of the null rays and using Acid Swarms. Like, I can't
tell the difference with that.
I can't either. And that's just how close the colors are. So it's very, very close. Literally, again, the only difference between them is the dark green and the white feet that they added.
Which really give a lot of personality to that figure.
Yeah. So in terms of this figure, and I guess I'll start my grades and as we talk about them, I guess. The packaging, I gave that packaging no issues with it. I gave it a 10 because I really like the way it looks. Everything was secure in there. It looked great. I give that one a 10. Bot mode for this guy. I'm gonna give this a 4. It's bad. It's
so plain.
It is very.
And
very
for $160, I would expect something more. Maybe some dirt on it. Maybe no, I mean paint. Just something to liven it up. But
yeah.
And then let's talk about the big thing in the room that I almost mentioned is the accessories. What is your score on that?
I have to give it a 1 on accessories. There's nothing there. It's a shame. And you mentioned the price point. not even, the blast effects, which I really appreciate. And there's also the chest piece that I have tabbed in here at the bottom, which is for the flight stand. That's not included here either. So this is what you get. You get some plastic that it comes in, and you get this, and you better be happy with it. Shut your mouth if you want something else. This is it. I'm not happy with that.
Yeah, me neither. But with that being said, let's get this hunk of green into its alt mode. And
Yes, let's do that.
We'll be right back.
So now flying in, we have Gangreen in his alt mode. And he is green all the way through, except for that red and white. Weapons green. Here's the breakup in the red that you don't like. But otherwise, he is completely green. When you go to the underside, there's the 2 chest pieces or
side.
Yeah,
flank.
side. Okay, there we go.
I don't know.
And the little piece that's above the crotch for the cockpit when he's in bot mode, and the back of his head. That's pretty much the only color besides green you're going to get on this guy. I actually like this. I think it's very, very clean. I like that it's uniform and what I expect from when I see a jet. So what's your take on this?
I was going to say the same. Just like Sky Guy. Looks fine. Nothing mind-blowing, nothing crazy. This is definitely the superior mode.
Yes.
Of both of them. Maybe it's because we're used to seeing Seekers that look like this. But I do think this looks very competent. It looks like a green jet, which is what it's trying to be. You put some Decepticon stickers on there, break it up a little bit more with the purple. I think that this would look just fine.
And just because we'll put them together,
yeah, they look fine. And nothing honestly, groundbreaking, but
I think I like, even though I love blue, I think I like Gangreen a little bit more because it's so uniform.
I still think I prefer the blue.
Now, is that because you like blue better, or is it because
I like the breakup of the gray merit? Okay. They actually look like vents, and I do like that color blue better than that green.
Now, and here it is from the front. I don't think I've shown it from the front, so and also from the back. I guess I didn't do that on either one. And we can do a little side by side. But I did have some QC issues with this one. And the problem that I have with all of these Maketoys jets is when it comes to the fist. And I'm just going to open this up a little bit here. So I'll tab a couple of things. So the transformation of the fist.
And you've been talking about this since before the red one.
This is a huge problem I have. So this is correct. You're supposed to fold the fist up this way. Protects the fingers come up here. On this one, because of the mushroom peg being off, it folds this way.
So it has like 2 right mushroom pegs?
Yes.
Okay.
And this is the problem I have with all of these jets, because I never know which one I'm going to get. And while it doesn't interfere with transforming it, I rather have the fingers protected like this than being exposed to this lower region here. And that's the problem I have with, I would say, and I have all of the Seekers. I would say over half of them have the wrong hands on them. If not 75% of them. Huge issue. Don't know what's going on. Don't know why some are correct and others aren't. Big problem.
Yeah.
That's my issue with this one.
Okay. Well, that is a big issue, but it is something you've lived with before. The pieces must look similar when they're assembling this figure or something.
I don't know, but it's terrible, and it's a shame. Again, when you're paying this much for a figure, that you have these types of issues. So,
yeah.
But with that, similar to the previous one, well, anything else you want to add?
No.
Before we go into our. Okay, so packaging, I gave it a 10. We talked about the other things. Alt mode, I'm going to give it an 8. I don't like the green. Green's not my favorite color, but I do like the uniformity of it all, and it comes together. This one actually tabbed in really well as well. The other one, there was some. It didn't. The legs didn't want to come snap in together a little bit, but this one, everything tabbed in together. So my only issue with the quality of the figure is the hand so far. So I think I'll give it an 8, maybe even an 8.5.
Okay. Well, that the whole figure or just the alt mode?
No, just the alt mode.
Okay, what would you give the overall figure?
The overall figure, because of the QC issues, because of the lack of accessories, because of, I'm gonna give it a 6, because it is a little bit better than and this is a 6 in comparison to Sky Guy. I didn't have, the flaps loose in the box. It's really, and this sucks to say, it's really almost expected that the hands are going to be bad. So I knock off for it, but then it's like, what did you expect? So so I give it a 6.
Okay, I think did I say 3 or 4 for Sky Guy?
I don't know. 3 or 4 actually.
I think I said 3 or 4, so let's just do 3.5 for Sky Guy. I would give this guy probably the same. And honestly, it's because of the lack of inspiration in the color scheme. Not the alt mode. The alt mode's fine. And that head.
The head is...
That knocks it down like 5 points right there. That thing is so ugly. And I usually can I can forgive an ugly head, but this one is just really bad. So I would give it the same. I don't think it's an improvement over Sky Guy. It's worse in some ways, and it's better in other ways. Mm-hmm. So it really, like, to me, this figure is worse in bot mode, but better in alt mode. So they even themselves out. So they're both 3.5 out of 10s. I didn't plan on picking this up, and I'm not going to. I don't think that's much of a surprise. But if you did pick this up, let us know your thoughts below. And if it's really limited to 300.
I need 300 people to vouch that they got it.
And then the 301st is the one that we're going to go ahead.
Yeah. Let us know what number you got if you did pick it up. It's again something that will troop build, and
that's about it.
That's about it.
All right. Well, we'll see you in the next one. We got some fun stuff planned, so stay tuned.
Definitely. As always, till all debates are won. See you guys next time.